7. Gordon Greenwich taking strike. Terry Alderman is the bowler. The other day, Alderman was unable to swing the ball. He'll be hampered a little bit by a wet ball here tonight, but that first one did appear as though it got off the line. Greenwich the batsman, Alderman the bowler, and in the commentary box, Ian Chappell and Bill Laurie.
Thanks, Richie, and good evening all. Magnificent performance by the Australians. Absolutely amazing, in fact, is the only way to describe it. And Greenwich starting where he left off the other night here in Sydney. The boundary of Terry Alderman. Absolutely incredible innings by Dean Jones, Bill.
Yes, Dean Jones, Alan Border and Steve Waugh played 3 of the great knocks in one-day international finals. We see this shot again from Gordon Greenwich. It brought this crowd alive. I've never seen such an excited and happy crowd, and it was a great effort against the clock. They really come out and scored 10 runs and over and showed what one-day international cricket is all about. You have a contest, even when there's rain, there's going to be a result. The best side's certainly going to win.
And there's a man out there, straight down his throat, Stephen Waugh. What a start for Australia. Terry Alderman just drifting onto leg stump. Gordon Greenwich hit that right off the middle of the bat, straight to Stephen Waugh.
And that's been the difference between the two sides. The Australian batsmen found the gaps when they went for the outfield. This was really a sucker play because Border placed him specifically there on the long boundary, and he hit it straight down his throat. A superb catch under pressure, and Terry Alderman picks up the vital wicket of Gordon Greenwich, and it's 1 for 4 in the first over. And what a match. Great bowling. Greenwich out for 4.
Richie Richardson comes in at number 3 with the West Indies in a spot of bother. Big shout from behind, and he's been given. Umpire Prue took quite a while, but eventually he signals Richie Richardson out to a great outswinger from Terry Alderman.
There was never any doubt. You could hear the big nick. It was away from his pad. Umpire Prue took a long time, but you could tell there's the nick, the deflection, straight through to Healy. There was no doubt. And Alderman with 2 wickets in the first over really puts a cut amongst the pigeons. What a great performance by the Australian team in a short match. They batted first, and now they've got the West Indies reeling in the first over. Richardson, the fine players, had a great summer. Out for a duck, and it's 2 for 4. Haynes has had a touch, he's on naught. Richards has now got the strike on 1.
Great shot from Viv Richards. Merv just over pitching a fraction. And Richards is really out there to take advantage of those first 11 overs. The match reduced to 38 overs and 11 for the field restrictions.
They've scored 6 runs and over to win this match now, and it's not going to give the batsman much time to settle in.
Beautiful shot. That'll be 6. Good over for the West Indies, 2 for 20.
And that's 6. That's a huge hit way into the hill. Viv Richards has obviously decided that tonight is going to be his night.
That's just as big as the one off Alderman. You might say it's the shorter side of the outfield, but that was going to be a 6 anywhere.
The West Indies were 2 for 47 when the rains came for the second time, and the players were off the field for 82 minutes. When play resumed, the West Indies had to score a total of 108 runs off 18 overs. And they have 8 wickets in hand, but they also have a long tail. In fact, it's not going to be Hughes. He came over and wanted to get hold of the ball, but it looks as if Border is going to turn to Stephen Waugh. Oh, that's a magnificent shot. Far too short, that delivery. Richards is a magnificent puller. There are two men back there, and he still managed to hit it firmly enough into the gap.
Those two men on the fence are only about 20 metres apart, and that's bisected them and gave neither a chance.
He's hit that in the air, and that's into the gap too. One bounce into the fence, and another boundary. Richards is on fire.
Viv made his intentions clear at the beginning of the innings before the rain interrupted. He got off to a flying start. He was 23 off just 12 deliveries. Two of those 12 deliveries.
Taylor is going to take up the attack for Australia. Ray. He's got that over the infield. There's no one back there, so another boundary to Viv Richards. 2 for 67. Well, there's no one at backward point, and that has gone scooting away down to the boundary. Into the fence she goes. And so the West Indies making pretty light of this target.
Pretty hard to cover all of the boundaries, and pretty hard for Peter Taylor with a wet ball to bowl. He has the onside protected. No one on the offside fence.
Oh, and he's got it away again. That's running away over the outfield too. And so that's the over. 12 runs from it. The score is now 2 for 88.
Simon O'Donnell coming into the attack. Alderman 4 overs, 2 for 22, is mauled by Richards.
Desmond Haynes has placed quite a few away there backward a point. He hit 2 in the last over from Peter Taylor.
But from the West Indian point of view, they lost the first game at Melbourne when everybody thought they would win. They come out all guns blazing on Monday night. And tonight, the great man Richards has risen to the occasion. The captain, he wants to go through this summer undefeated. He wants to win the Benson Hedges World Series Cup. The Test Series maybe 5-0. 5 4s and 2 6s of only 35 balls faced.
That's a magnificent shot for 6. Turned inside out and hit that one over cover. What a great shot. His third 6.
There was no one hand to that. That was a calculated shot. Brings up his 50. And have a look at this. Beautifully timed. He opened the face, and that's over almost a square cover at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Just pitching on about middle leg stump, and that's the shot of a master batsman. Skill, control, just natural ability.
That's a fantastic shot as well. One bounce over the long on fence.
Brings up the 100, 2 for 103, but he's making it look easy because he's a great, great player. Is there a drizzle? Can it rain?
I think it's going to have to happen before the next ball was bowled in the way, the form this bloke's in. And perhaps he's decided that Desi should have the honour of hitting the winning runs.
It's a master innings, as Dean Jones did earlier. Played superbly. 3 magnificent sixes, 1 over cover. The last over was a gem. Everybody inside the circle. Peter Taylor coming in to slip. So they're going to give Desmond Haynes a chance to loft the ball over the infield for the winning runs.
And a magnificent shot goes into the crowd. And that brings victory to the West Indies. Desmond Haynes charging off the ground, and he waits for Viv, and they're not waiting for anybody else. So the victory goes to the West Indies, 2-1 in the World Series Cup competition, and there doesn't seem to be any feeling there that it's a slightly hollow victory. They're quite delighted about it.
Well, so they should be. They come back after a drubbing in Melbourne. When they lost by 2 runs, they didn't bat very well. They batted superbly. But the Australians today, Alan Border must be bitterly disappointed with the Sydney weather at least. His batsmen did a great job in 38 overs, scoring 226 for 4. They only lost 4 wickets. Jones playing a gem, as did Border and Stephen Waugh. But at the end of the day, it was the West Indies. Who knows, they may have got 226 off 38 overs, but a great ovation for the captain. They gave 200%, and you can ask no more of any side.